Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, negotiations ongoing. Thousands of healthcare workers could be on strike as early as tomorrow morning. Classroom complexities, recommendations to address students who don't understand English, and teachers being assaulted. And back on the beat, police patrols potentially returning to a neighborhood that's seeing an increase in crime.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Despite returning to the bargaining table with Alberta Health Services this week, striking is still an option for AUPE members tomorrow morning. The potential strike would impact health care systems across the province. CTV's Brendan Purdy joins us in studio now with the latest. So, Brendan, what updates have you heard regarding contract negotiations?
Well, Matt, the AUPE told us this afternoon talks are still ongoing. It says unless there's a big change at the bargaining table, the strike will go ahead. In a statement, the Finance Minister says he appreciates the parties' return to the bargaining table, adding that the province remains hopeful that the two sides can arrive at a fair agreement. If a deal isn't reached, roughly 16,000 healthcare workers, represented by the Alberta Union of Provincial Employees, could be on rotating strikes by 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Those walking off the job in rotation would include thousands of licensed practical nurses and healthcare aides, among others. AUPE's president says although essential services will continue, some elective surgeries will be canceled if the union strikes. According to the AUPE's website, roughly 50 scheduled strike locations are spread out across our province. Sites in Edmonton include the U of A Hospital, the Northeast Community Health Centre, the Alberta Hospital, Royal Alexandra Hospital, and Glenrose Rehabilitation Hospital. The AUPE's site says these strike locations and times only stand for this weekend and will be updated as long as the strike lasts. Matt?
All right, Brendan Purdy live in studio tonight. Thank you. Lab physicians say they tried to warn the province privatizing lab services was a bad idea, but politicians refused to listen. The comments come 2 days after the Auditor General revealed more than $100 million was wasted in an attempt to get Dynalife to take over services across Alberta. The province's contract with Dynalife started in December of 2022. A few months later, it was terminated because of lengthy wait times and financial issues with Dynalife. Lab physicians say they warned the province repeatedly the proposed structure wouldn't work and the plan was likely to fail.
Good ideas can be good ideas, but they will fail if there isn't that communication, if there isn't that deliberate planning and due diligence to anticipate these types of eventualities.
Lab physicians also say the report raises troubling concerns about political interference, unethical business practices, and a lack of transparency. The province says it took action when issues with Dynalife cropped up and says it cooperated fully with the Auditor General's investigation. The province says plans are in the works to correct complex classroom issues. A formal report from the Aggression and Complexity in Schools Action Team has laid out 7 key recommendations. CTV's Nariman Issa joins us now. She's been following this story today. Nariman, what were some of the concerns raised in that report?
Well, Matt, from students who don't understand English to teachers being physically assaulted, the report outlines some of the complexities staff and other students deal with every day. The province says these sort of disruptions cannot be the new normal for Alberta schools. Now, some of the report's key recommendations include hiring additional teachers and education assistants and clarifying educator roles in supporting students' clinical and therapeutic needs. Now, the Premier says it's an unprecedented time for Alberta schools and staff are dealing with more than just teaching.
I don't know that we've ever had a situation where you might have a new elementary school class and kids have to be taught how to respond to their own name. As a story I've heard. I don't know that you've ever had a case where kids are punching or biting teachers to the point where it causes so much damage they need surgery.
The province has created a cabinet committee that will review and implement the recommendations. Now, the Alberta Teachers Association says it is in favor of many of the recommendations as they've been advocating for these supports for years.
We expect this government to take these recommendations and put them into practice, not someday, not when it's convenient, and not as optional guidelines. If this is truly a goal, then put it into policy, set a deadline, and fund it accordingly.
Now, the committee meets next week. Education Minister Demetrius Nicolaides says we could see some of these recommendations implemented as soon as January. Now, the province has also promised $300 million over the next 3 years to hire 1,500 educational assistants. And Matt, that is on top of the previously promised money to hire 3,000 teachers.
All right, Naramanisa live in studio tonight. Thank you. A quarter of the way through the NHL season, and the Oilers are struggling. After last night's loss, fans are questioning the team's chances this season.
Give me panic time until we win a couple.
Until they find what's in them for the love of the game, they're not going to survive.
Edmonton lost last night 2-1 in overtime against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they've now lost 3 straight games and haven't won a game in regulation in nearly a month. The Oilers are 1 point outside of a playoff position. The team has been in this position before, though. Their current record is 3 points worse than this time last season and 2 points ahead of 2023.
The group needs to be sick and tired of these results. It's what's happened the last 2 years. They get sick and tired of it. It gets a little bit embarrassing. People start worrying about the playoffs, and they go, oh, yeah, okay. This Oiler team needs to be backed into a corner to play its best.
The Oilers will try to snap their losing streak tomorrow night during a Stanley Cup final rematch against the Florida Panthers in Florida. And with the Oilers out east, some Disney characters have taken over the rink at Rogers Place.
Okay, so it's a good time to have a good time. It's a good time to have a good time. It's a good.
And Wynn from Your Morning Edmonton was having a good time on the ice with the cast of Disney on Ice this morning. She was learning some moves from Cooper Fazer, who's from Edmonton and has been training here as a figure skater since he was 3. He's been skating with Disney on Ice for 2 years now and plays Kristoff from Frozen. He's excited to perform in his hometown.
Oh, I've been giddy all week for skating on this ice and knowing that this is where the Oilers guys actually play. This is the real ice, the real venue. It's been surreal for me because I've watched a couple games here.
Disney on Ice is on at Rogers Place until Sunday. Tickets are available online. Let's head down to Radtork Raceway. Josh, it's beginning to look like Christmas down there. Certainly didn't feel like it today, though.
No, 9 degrees for a daytime high. I was looking at the calendar, so it's November 21st today. Last year we were here on November 22nd when it was 17 degrees colder. Although the wind has started to pick up a little bit in the last little while, so there's a bit of a chill in the air now that the sun is down. I've got Rob Vavrick with Radtork Raceway with me. It's so windy, your reindeer ears are flapping in the breeze. That's very, very festive. And the lights look spectacular. No snow or no significant snow on the ground, but this will certainly help get people into the Christmas season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, snow, no snow. We've got the festive spirit all ready to go here. Tons of opportunities to make some memories with photo ops at the end of the route and some great new displays this year.
Okay, so tell me about the new displays, because I know there are people that like to come year after year, and they're always blown away that you guys managed to add something new.
Yeah, this year we've got a Victorian Christmas display, and we have not only Edmonton's longest tunnel, not only Alberta's longest tunnel, Western Canada's longest tunnel.
Oh, at how long?
425 feet.
Wow.
Plus, we've got 4 other light tunnels at 200 feet each.
Yeah.
So you will not see anything like this anywhere else.
Okay, so this is also a fundraiser. Not only a great way to get people into the holiday spirit. Tell us about the fundraising aspect.
Yeah, a portion of proceeds from every single pass goes to Santa's Anonymous and Canadian Tire Jumpstart. We also have other initiatives to feed the food bank, and we've got a Stars Our Ambulance Night coming up next Saturday, so we're giving back to the community as much as we can.
Outstanding. And if people want to get tickets, they need to book in ahead of time. They go to
radraceway.com, but you can buy at the gate.
Oh.
Also new this year, this hat.
You can purchase that here?
You can.
Oh, okay. I might have to grab one of those on my way out. It's Canadian Tire Magic of Lights at Radtork Raceway. Rob, thank you. We'll talk to you again tonight at 6. As we said, it has gotten a little breezy. Temperatures, though, thankfully, still way above zero. It is 7 degrees in Edmonton right now. We're south of the city, a little closer to YEG. It's 5, and you can see the wind out of the northwest about 25, and gusts occasionally have been, I'm thinking, pushing closer to 40. 9 for a daytime high puts us 10 degrees warmer than than average. The reason we're seeing those gusts, we're on the edge of that little pocket of rain that was west-northwest of the city. That has fallen apart. We'll see some clearing through this evening and overnight tonight, and partly cloudy skies for most of the day tomorrow. I think by tomorrow evening, that cloud cover will thicken up. Might actually see a few flurries tomorrow evening, but 6 degrees for a daytime high tomorrow afternoon. Another warm one tomorrow. Colder starting next week. We'll talk about that and our chances for snow next week as well in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, tower turbulence, why some neighbors in South Edmonton have problems with a proposed project.
This isn't just like infill skinnies or anything like that. This would be 2 major 20-story buildings.
Programming brought to you by Boston Pizza's 5 Days of Pizza for Ben, supporting the Ben Stelter Foundation. Brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Edmonton's mayor says his goal is to keep next year's tax increase around 6.5% or lower as council prepares for budget discussions. City staff have put forward their proposal for the final year of the current 4-year cycle. It maintains the planned 6.4% tax increase for 2026. That would mean the average homeowner pays an extra $230. NAC says multiple city services don't have enough funding to achieve the standard Edmontonians expect. He says council will likely have to address those issues starting next year. There are 3 expensive items the group needs to discuss thoroughly this time around.
That's the funding for Explore Edmonton, which is about $11 million, about $2.9 million for DATS to ensure we're keeping up with meeting our service standards, and then $1 million for the transition from the bus cleaners to permanent positions.
City bureaucrats are projecting more revenue than expected in 2026 from a variety of sources. Their plan puts most of that money towards the rising cost of parts and labor on city projects. Staff will present the budget to council next week, and the debate begins December 1st. There's a sense of relief tonight for some people living in the Macaulay neighborhood. Police are looking to reintroduce a beat team there in response to increasing crime and social disorder. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports.
Oh, ups and downs. Sometimes it gets really good and sometimes it goes really bad, then it gets good again and it goes bad again.
Teresa Spinelli is talking about the Macaulay neighborhood in the inner city. She says the situation here is unlike anything she's experienced before.
I mean, I've lived here my whole life, so I'm used to street people, drug people, addicts, all that kind of stuff, but never seen anything. I've never been afraid. I've lived here my whole life, but this last year I was afraid.
The longtime resident and business owner is one of many that have been lobbying police to bring a beat team back to these streets.
Just them driving around on their bikes or in their cars or walking the beat patrol, I think will make a really, really huge difference. It'll help the people that live here feel safer.
Police say there was a beat in the Boyle-Macaulay communities for many years. In 2023, Healthy Streets Operations Center resources were introduced, and the beat moved to the Oliver and Cromdale neighborhoods.
It's continuously being modified and revamped and making sure that we have the officers and those beats are in the right locations in the city.
The deputy chief told the police commission Thursday a business case for the Macaulay beat is before the superintendent, and both he and the superintendent support it.
Thank you.
There you go.
In short, we're on it. We're on it.
When the beat team will make its return is not yet known, but Spinelli says knowing it's coming gives her hope for the neighborhood.
The connotation that's a really bad neighborhood is really sad because it's a very long-term great neighborhood, and it's still a great neighborhood, and it has issues because it's always been inner city.
Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
People in a South Edmonton neighborhood are fighting a new development in their community. A proposal to build 750 residential units where a strip mall now stands is in its early stages. If approved, 7 new buildings will be constructed. The strip mall is walking distance from the Century Park Retail and Transit Hub. It's an epicenter for new development, including several new residential towers already being built.
This isn't just like infill skinnies or anything like that. This would be 2 major 20-story buildings. There'd be a lot of new residents to the community, over 750 units in this development. So for us, it just seems like a lot of growth.
The developer declined our request for an on-camera interview, saying they couldn't comment on this specific project. The Edmonton Valley Zoo has released a 15-year plan featuring space for several new species, including polar bears. Other species highlighted in videos shared by the city include badgers, puffins, and Siberian musk deer. The plan also includes new infrastructure like an aerial trail, education center, and restaurant. It also appears to replace Lucy the elephant's enclosure with space for different animals. The zoo says it's been working on the plan for 2 years with a focus on conservation, education, and research. It says while it's not looking for new money in the next city budget cycle, it has started looking for donors and community support. Still to come tonight on CTV News, Santa and Claus, how you and your pets can get a picture taken with Old St. Nick.
Appointments tend to book up quickly. We've got lots of excitement brewing already for this year's Pet Pics.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Coming up Monday on
CTV Your Morning.
All right. We keep those weekend vibes going and get you set for a chillier few days ahead. We'll see you at 6.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
The iconic and popular Banff sign now has a new home in the mountain town near the Banff train station. Town Council made the decision to move the sign from the former site along the busy Norquay Road due to pedestrian safety concerns. Norquay Resort paid to move the sign and created a new parkette as part of their plans to revitalize the train station and its surrounding land. All right, Josh is down at Radtork Raceway tonight for some holiday lights. Josh, you were warning me during the commercial break, we've got one last warm weekend.
Yeah, temperatures are going to be way above zero again tomorrow. There'll be a couple of degrees above zero Sunday. Starting Monday, daytime highs slip back onto the freezing side of things. And by the end of next week, daytime highs will be -5 to -10 range, maybe even -10, -11 range for daytime highs. A lot warmer than that right now, though, as you look through the River Valley Skycam. It's brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. 7 degrees. Daytime high today, 9. It's 5 in Fort McMurray, 5 in Grand Prairie, 8 still in Red Deer, but look at Cold Lakes at -5. We had the precipitation hanging on a little bit longer in through the Cold Lake region, and that kept things on the cooler side. Woke up this morning to some patchy freezing rain in the Edmonton area. It was a lot worse north of the city of Edmonton. Highways were a mess because of the icy and slick conditions. And then through this afternoon, we did see a good amount of sunshine, but you can see off to the west of the city there was a little bit of shower activity that has fizzled out. So that will not come through tonight. Skies will actually stay fairly clear overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning, and then some increasing cloud late in the day. And tomorrow night into early Sunday morning, you get a chance of some precipitation. Doesn't look like it's going to amount to all that much, but a few flurries, which may have a little nose of freezing rain or a bit of a rain-snow mix just on the leading edge of that there about 11 o'clock, midnight tomorrow night. Further to the west, that'll be snow along Highway 16, and it'll spread east overnight and into the early morning hours. By the time we get to mid-morning Sunday, the chance of precipitation is out of the Edmonton area, and we'll be back into some sunshine through the afternoon hours. -2 tomorrow morning in Edmonton, -1 and -2 as well in Grand Prairie and Fort McMurray. Daytime highs across most of the north should be in the 2 to 5 degree range. A little cooler and high level at -1. To the south, Red Deer up to about 7, 6 in Jasper, and 5 degrees in Lloydminster tomorrow. Here in the city, we'll see temperatures slide to close to the freezing mark around midnight, -2 tomorrow morning. By lunchtime, we're already up around 4 or 5 degrees, and around 3 or 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon should hit our high of 6 degrees. 2 or 3 on Sunday. Chance of flurries or potentially a couple centimeters of snow on Monday. We'll see how that plays out. -1 or -2 for a high Monday. And there's your long range forecast. -4, -7 Tuesday, Wednesday, and -10 to 12 range by Friday, Saturday of next week. Again, we're down here at the Canadian Tire Magic of Lights at Radtork Raceway. New this year, not only can you get your tickets online, but you can get them at the door, and it's a great fundraiser as well as a nice way to kick off the holiday season. Matt?
All right, Josh, thank you. Winterval is about to get started downtown. The Edmonton Downtown Business Association is celebrating the start of the holiday season Saturday on 104th Street between 102nd and Jasper Avenues. This year, activities for visitors include a pickup street hockey game, crafts, and street performers. There will be free maple taffy and free hot chocolate while supplies last.
We shut down 104th Street and we bring, we light up the street. We bring Santa in for photos with Santa. And we just really try to bring the holiday spirit to downtown Edmonton with this festival.
Winterval is on tomorrow from 3 in the afternoon until 8 o'clock in the evening. Also happening this weekend, the Humane Society's Pet Pics with Santa. The fundraiser is marking its 40th year. To celebrate, there are several nights of 80s-themed photo sessions, plus classic photos with Santa. The cost is a minimum $25 donation.
Everyone looks forward to this time of year when they can come with their pets and have a wonderful souvenir of a beautiful photo taken. So appointments tend to book up quickly. We've got lots of excitement brewing already for this year's Pet Pics.
Appointments start Sunday and run until December 7th. When we return, lighting up the lobby, a local hotel flicks the switch on for its Christmas tree and charitable cause.
This is a time of year for giving, so we always try to support the community.
Help us build a mountain of toys. Donate today at ctvedmonton.ca.
While Calgary may be known as Cowtown, Edmonton certainly knows its way around a cattle drive. Despite some pushback and concerns from City Council, 3 have been held downtown since 2004, a way for city folk to get a taste of country life.
A lot of people don't realize that this way of life still exists, but this entire group of cowboys here, most of them make their living horseback every day working with cattle.
Tonight on CTV News at 6, Once Upon a Time in Edmonton explores the history of cattle drives in the streets of the big city. The Fairmont Hotel McDonald is flicking the switch on its holiday season.
3, 2, 1. There we go.
The annual Christmas tree lighting is a long-standing tradition for the hotel. Today it included live Christmas music as well as cookies and hot chocolate. This year the hotel is redirecting the money it would usually spend on a gingerbread house to the Bissell Center.
For us to be able to put towards getting folks along their journey out of poverty and homelessness and getting people into houses and providing food security options for them as well. So we're very grateful for the connection.
This is a time of year for giving, so we always try to support the community.
So donating $10 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation for each night guests stay during the Trees of Hope campaign. That campaign runs from December 14th until January 11th. And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.